The most important consideration in operational leadership is the human element. We all make mistakes. No matter how well trained or competent we are, the reality is that being human means that errors will be made. Achieving our responsibilities focuses on how each of us meet operational expectations by collaborating and communicating effectively as teams that can identify and manage human errors. This program introduces e-Colors, a powerful tool for understanding and behavior. We'll begin by reviewing the basics of operational leadership. We'll see examples of e-Colors at work and conclude with a summary and overview.
Okay, good morning, gentlemen. I want to thank you for inviting me to your toolbox talk this morning. As you guys know, TK has started rolling out what we call e-Colors. We've had the foundation workshops, which we've done over the last 2, and there's been some very good interactions and discussions, as we've seen on the workshops. Now what we're trying to do is trying to help you practically implement the e-Colors and how we can use our e-Color in our day-to-day communications.
When human beings, powerful machines, and the forces of wind, water, and the tides interact, it's a challenging and sometimes dangerous work environment. And despite one of the best safety records and safety cultures in the maritime industry, TK has still experienced significant and life-threatening incidents at sea and in port.
I've done a review over the last few years of the number of incidents that we've had in TK, and while our safety performance has improved dramatically over that time, and that's thanks to the efforts of all the sea staff and shore staff in TK, we are still having too many significant incidents.
Operational leadership is our journey of improvement to achieve ongoing operational improvements that benefit us individually, as teams, and as an organization. To reinforce this, all of us, from the CEO down, have committed to achieving individual responsibilities and operational expectations. We are responsible for achieving these, and e-Colors can assist us all to do so more effectively. These commitments include taking personal responsibility for effective performance, taking ownership of each task you undertake, and being accountable to your team for these commitments.
We all understand our individual responsibilities and the operational expectations from the Operational Leadership Handbook. We've had them in place for many years, but sometimes we struggle on how to actually achieve those. And so the e-Colors program will actually help us achieve those better.
Even among colleagues, friends, and collaborators, there are a remarkable number of hidden and influential biases. For instance, a bias toward efficiency. I know a shortcut that can get this done faster. Or a control bias. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I don't need your input. A familiarity bias lets us get too comfortable. It's okay, I've done this 100 times before. Or we can have different values. I need to hurry. My leave starts in 10 minutes.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Chief.
Yeah, today we have to do the regular 3-monthly drill. We have to lower the lifeboat and we have to make them waterborne. Pumps and bosun, we did it last time and you both were there. Yeah, so we know what to do.
Yeah, we can make faster.
Yeah.
Get it over with once and for all.
Yeah, finish it off fast. Then some of you can go for shore leave also. Okay, thank you. Today we'll be doing the quarterly lifeboat drill and we have to make the lifeboats waterborne. And as per the procedure, as per the company requirement, we'll be getting a service boat at 9 o'clock. So before that, bosun, we have to prepare everything. For the greasing, we have to prepare the painters. And while doing this, we have to take all the precautions as required by the company. I'll be there, and bosun, you and pumpman, you have to make sure that guys working there, they'll be wearing proper PPE. As we have worked always together as a team, but now we know about the e-Colors. As the company has provided the knowledge, and now by the e-Color tool, we can understand each other much more better. So I would like to know that everyone should know about their colors and how they can get hurt So can you please tell me how you can get hurt?
My e-color, I'm just relying on other people and by not getting any other information I needed.
For me, Chief, I'm blue-yellow, so I'm a helping person. If I get too much help, then I will get injured for someone, you know. It's too much help, so that's my e-color.
Experience has shown, if we are aware of our own and our teammates' natural tendencies, we are more likely to manage them. That's the thinking behind the e-colors, which can help improve teamwork, communications, leadership and safety. However, we need to create an environment where we support and encourage each other.
You're already responsible and accountable for achieving the operational leadership expectations. This is a means which we believe will help you to do that, and it's up to you whether you want to take that tool and utilise it.
The e-colors process helps us identify different personality styles. This allows us to better understand ourselves and others. E-colors raises our awareness. We do not all think and act alike. We have different styles of communication and behaviour. E-colors identifies the 4 personality styles common in all human beings. Each of us have all 4 colours present, but there is a colour or combination that dominates. There is no e-colour combination better than any other.
All the e-colors is doing is helping us to recognize different personalities and different traits that people have. There's no superior e-color combinations. All the e-colors do is identify to us people different personality traits, the way they act, the way they respond to situations, the way they communicate with each other.
The 4 colours used in the e-colors typology are red, yellow, green and blue. The dominant personality styles described by these 4 e-colors can have both positive and negative effects in the workplace. The red type is the director. This type is practical, strong-willed and efficient.
They're very task-focused people. They're doers, they like to do, and generally look at the big picture.
But reds can also seem pushy and impatient to those of other types. The yellow type is the engager. This type can be animated, persuasive and people-oriented.
The socializers, the amative, like to talk loudly and speak a lot, use their hands, communicate with people. So they like to do a lot of talking.
Extreme yellow type's less desirable traits include excitability, and they may appear undisciplined. The green type is the thinker or analyst. This type can be serious, logical and cautious. Potential limiters include appearing judgmental and self-critical.
That we can be insecure, we may need too much detail. We want a lot of information before we make a decision.
The blue type is the supporter. This type can be agreeable, dependable and calm.
They're very amenable. They're relators, they relate to people. They're very focused on the individual. They're very calm as well, and they like time to process the information.
Their less desirable traits include appearing insecure and change resistant.
They're reluctant to speak up. They find it difficult in large groups to communicate. They prefer the closeness one-on-one, and they do find it difficult to work alongside top colour reds.
Good afternoon, Gary.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can I make you make a T-SOP when you are doing?
Oh yes, no problem.
Okay. Did you isolate already everything?
Yeah, I'm just removing this wire and I'm isolating the water supply.
Okay, this is the water supply. Okay.
And ready to remove the filter.
Can I step back a little bit? Then you will make your job. Then I will assist you for the T-SOP. Okay. Okay, Gary, I just make a T-SOP, so everything good. I know your blue-green, and I'm a blue-yellow, so you're a little bit shy person. So what can you tell about your job and for me?
Okay, I'm just my color is blue-green, and I'm just reluctant to speak in front of so many people, and I am avoiding any confrontation.
Okay, so the next time, if you are finished with the everything toolbox meeting, if you're in doubt because you're a shy person, so after before the work, you can speak to me in a private so that we can exchange what's your other ideas because you're reluctant to speak, as you saw in the blue-green color.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I saw also in your color blue-yellow, which is friendly and pleasing to help other people. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Your e-colours are determined by a brief multiple-choice questionnaire. You are asked a series of questions about your own tendencies and behaviours. This is not a test. There are no right or wrong answers.
We ask them to answer those as honestly as they possibly can. Once they finish that, they bring that to us so we know what their e-colours are. We then carry out a foundation workshop, which lasts approximately 3 to 3.5 hours. And what the idea is that is to make them aware of their e-colour strengths and limitations.
The e-colours Personality Diversity Indicator will show your most dominant personality or behavioural tendencies and show your most dominant e-colour types, such as yellow-green or red-blue, and the behavioural tendencies most common to that type. As you compare and discuss the types, you will gain insight into your own behaviour and especially the way the different types interact with each other, putting e-colours to work. E-colours is not only for ocean-going personnel. The program has also been implemented in all operational shore offices. This is to enhance effective communication within the office, as well as interaction between ship and shore personnel. Many TK staff have also had their family members complete the PDI or provide feedback on their own PDI results. E-colours can help with communication in both personal and work environments. E-colours represents two opportunities for self-improvement: better awareness of our own traits and how they are perceived by others, and better awareness of the differences among us and how these differences influence our interactions, our biases, and our behaviours. E-colours isn't strictly for communication between two employees. It's also being used to identify behaviour tendencies in job hazard analysis, preparing a permit to work, Take 5, and hazard identification. It's being used as a basis for performance appraisal, where staff are recognised for their contributions, as well as areas for improvement. During performance management, where addressing issues may take the form of a difficult conversation and the delegating of work.
They need to be open to recognise its full potentials. And like some people have told me in the past, it's limitless.
Let's look at another example where e-colours helps create understanding and clearer communication.
Second, I've seen a small boat on the one point on the starboard side. I think we should alter to port side.
I've already seen it, all right? Please, you can continue your job.
So to debrief the situation and what we've just demonstrated there, top colour blue-greens, top colour red-greens. What happened was the way you reacted to the advice that was given for the top colour blue, this now top colour blue will now feel insecure and least likely to speak up if a situation like that occurs again. Yeah, he will look at it and he will just assume that you know what you're doing, so he won't say anything. Yeah, so for us, we have to be able to recognise each other's e-colours. Yeah, top colour blue, you have to give him time, let him speak. Acknowledge the information he's given you and his support he's given you. Yeah, thank him for it, And if there's any changes, then we make the changes. If there's no changes, explain to him why you don't need to make any changes. That way he will feel more comfortable.
Second, I've seen a small boat on one point on the starboard side. I think we should alter to the port side.
Thank you. We'll monitor it for some time and then take the appropriate action. Thanks. Good job.
One of the cornerstones of effective communication is pause versus play. Effective communication requires that we listen to understand, then seek to be understood. That we do not make assumptions, but really hear what is being said and implied, and that we seek clarification if we're unsure. If you successfully utilize your own e-colors and your awareness of those of others, you'll improve communication and productivity. Often it will be as simple as pausing a moment before you respond or act, then putting your newfound awareness to work.
When we look at tasks and when we look at interactions with other people, the first thing we get them to do is to pause in themselves and look at the best way to communicate with that individual.
E-colors can help us self-monitor and change our behavior for the better, the way we respond to events. With a personal intervention based on our knowledge of our own e-colors can be improved. E-colors offers you an opportunity to not only achieve better communication, but to achieve our individual responsibilities every day. E-colors improves self-awareness, knowing your own strengths and potential limiters. You gain better understanding of others. There is improved leadership performance with e-colors, better teamwork both on board and ashore, and a more effective work planning process. E-colors can make a positive difference in your own work performance and that of your team. This transformation will take some time, experimentation, and candid communication. Don't be afraid to explore. Ask and find common ground. Soon you'll appreciate and celebrate the diversity of thought and personality that can be the foundation for improved operational leadership. All of us at TK, on board or ashore, should continue our exploration of e-colors to help us all become more effective operational leaders.